What's going on? Welcome back to the Talking to Myself as I Draw pod. Today I just want to talk about Kanye and this new album and how I feel about dude as an artist. Um, yeah, let's get into it, yo. The album's already causing a lot of conversations, and I think that alone speaks to this guy's, I guess, artistry and creative levels. Um, if people weren't speaking, then that'd be a different story. I feel like as an artist, I'd rather be polarizing than just making people having people look at my shit and feeling like indifferent. That's never like we always want to spark a feeling, spark a conversation, spark something in the person that's consuming the art. And I've been having a lot of interesting ass conversations with different friends and friend groups and group chats. The group chats are on fire. It's like jokes over here and serious talks over there. And overall, I mean, I'm enjoying every kind of chat I'm having. I've only played this album like 3 or 4 times, and the first couple times it was kind of more passive. And just off the bat, there's 3 songs, 3 to 4 maybe, sonically that I enjoy listening to. I love Follow God. This sample's crazy, yo. Just classic Kanye flipping of a sample with some, he was flowing on it. We can't even lie. I like Closed on Sunday. It's not, anything lyrically genius, but it doesn't have to be. It's just, I don't know, I like the sound of it. I describe Closed on Sunday as it sounds like something in between Graduation and 808s, because he's singing but not, and it gave me a vibe of drunken hot girls from Graduation, but yeah, with a different, I guess, subject matter. But yeah, I like that one. And I'm only gonna play 5 seconds so I don't get copyrighted. I like this little guitar. It sounds like a Gunna beat. And then just the way he sounds is it's kind of dark, ominous, similar to, I don't know, at least I got a feeling of Drunken Hot Girls, which I'll pull up too. Don't do too much bullshit just to mess with these I don't know. I feel like a similar vibe here. Maybe you don't. You tell me how you feel. But yeah, back to this current album. Water is cool. Water almost sounds like it could be a Frank Ocean song, but it isn't. The song God Is almost feels like some college dropout sonically type of sound, because it's the chipmunk high-pitched sample in a way. Maybe not too high-pitched, but I don't know. It's just the feeling I got. It was cool. I like Hands On. I like Hands On for the, I don't know if it, the melody or the harmonizing. I like that it's a gibberish almost. Just, I don't know, when he incorporates a high pitch, or not a high pitch, but an auto tune harmonizing within the beat. I'm a sucker for that when it comes to Kanye tracks. Use This Gospel is cool. I think it's the big reunion of clips, and I think that's what most people are enjoying here, just hearing No Malice again alongside Pusha T. And that car seatbelt or alarm noise has been sparking conversations on Twitter as well. And then this one, Jesus is Lord. I guess a good way to wrap up the whole project. I guess that was my quick walkthrough of like songs. I guess I skipped the first two, but it's whatever. Um, I first wanted to go through like the ones I really liked, and then I guess I ended up starting with Follow God and going into like everything. So I guess back to the conversations around the album. Been having a few different ones. Um, an opinion I've shared with some friends is I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about the whole like Jesus is King title. I feel like if it was called like God is King, that would have just sounded more fire to me. Jesus is King, it just sounds like white Jesus is my master. That's what it sounds like to me. It just takes me to like, you know, the random crazy person that would run up on you at Walmart like, do you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? Because that's definitely happened to me in like, you know, a Chicago suburb Walmart before. That like and hearing Kanye in interviews saying, you know, using that rhetoric, that's what it takes me to. So like that kind of sparked a conversation with one of my guys, and you know he like used this term method rapper. Like, is Kanye just like really diving into a role here? And we've kind of like this theory can be supported with some patterns we've seen. Um, like we could start with the life of Pablo, and I'm sure we could go before that, but let's just start with the life of Pablo. Like that was the album that he was like, yo, this is a gospel album with a lot of curse words. Like that's how he described it. So I guess you could say that was like his first attempt at a gospel album. In a lot of ways, he was working with Chance, he was working with Kirk Franklin and other gospel artists, and he said he was inspired by the life of Saint Paul. So in a way, it's like, okay, maybe he was channeling Saint Paul in that period, like the life of Pablo era. Kanye was him, you know, playing that role, so to speak. And then with Ye, it was like, you know, everything around his life was about like his mental health, his like you know, admitting to being bipolar. And that album definitely had some dark tendencies and I guess vibes to it about like committing suicide or killing loved ones or just like crazy thoughts a bipolar person would have. And one thing is like Kanye's life imitates his art and his art imitates his life. So I feel like when he's method rapping, so to speak, it's like my guy said, it's like he's all in. And I do think everything is calculated and everything isn't what it seems all the time. I think the average consumer can just chalks it up to like, oh, he wildin', oh, you know, here you go, going crazy again. But it's like I feel like this guy is more calculated than the common masses give him credit and give him credit for, I guess is the words I was looking for there. And as my guy put it, I think he's playing the role of a Jesus freak right now. And you know, one thing I was also saying to another like group chat was, do we really think Kanye in 3 years is going to be on this same wave? I don't think so. Like every 3 years, it's a new wave. And that's something we can like appreciate, I guess, because the guy never does the same shit twice. Like the closest thing to doing the same shit twice would be saying like those first three albums of, you know, what's it called? College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation. And even those three, even though they were along the same theme, they still had their evolution, so to speak. Then it was 808s, and at the time that had people split, and now that's like what modern music sounds like, you know. And then My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, that was like his best work. That's when he was like striving for, you know, a masterpiece. And I feel like after that, I guess Yeezus was a reflection of what he was going through. Now every rapper is a rock star with face tats. And then, we spoke on the life of Pablo and everything after that. But yeah, I'm like, I could see this all being like the man's life is a performance in a lot of ways. And I feel like people don't realize that we're living in the same era of like one of the greatest, creatives of our generation. And it's going to take like 100 years or more for people to like write, books or stories or do research papers on, the subject that is Kanye West and what he contributed to like music, fashion, design, architecture, all of that. Like the man is talking about like Da Vinci in these interviews. Like, your favorite rapper isn't thinking about, legendary Renaissance painters. Like he was talking about like when Da Vinci hit 40, he was done with like painting rich white women in Italy and was like building bridges. That was his new shit. And I think that's what he's like rising up to. I guess he's just constantly changing. And that's one thing I could appreciate. Like the shit is more than raps and beats. And while this may not be my favorite Kanye album, I'm still like, all right, I'll give it to you that you keep trying new things every time. And you can't say anybody else is doing that. I don't know if people are going to be like, yo, we're going to be doing gospel rap albums in the future, but I feel like this is more than just gospel rap. And again, the conversations online are just like every day there's like new theories, new discoveries, and I think that's how this should be consumed. Now, this ain't a music review podcast or anything by any means, so I hope I'm not setting some type of expectations here. Kanye has always been like a big inspiration and my favorite like artist. And I felt like I wanted to speak on some of the conversations I was already having, I guess, but just in video, audio format for you guys. So I'll end with that. What did you guys think about this album? What do you guys think of Kanye? Do you think I'm tripping? Or do you think I've made some valid points or theories? Yeah, let me know what you think. It's talking to myself as I draw. We on Spotify, Apple Pod, YouTube, pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts. Or if you like to watch, I'm here on YouTube as well, as you can see if you're already watching. Till next time, peace.
If you made it this far through the episode, then that just means you love hearing scatterbrained streams of conscious delivered by a monotone voice. And that's truly awesome. You are truly awesome.